Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is rapidly emerging as a transformative force in the realm of blockchain technology. Now, this innovative sector, which leverages a blockchain's decentralized nature to revolutionize financial systems, has been an explosion in interest and application. Now, as we delve into this burgeoning trend, it's crucial to understand the latest advancements, the surge in demand for blockchain skills, and how education is evolving to meet this demand. Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Analytics Insight podcast, where we explore latest tech developments and innovations. And I'm your host, Priya Dayalani. Now, decentralized finance have seen several significant advancements recently. Automated market makers have allowed users to trade assets directly via liquidity pools, sidestepping traditional exchange models. Innovations such as yield farming and liquidity mining have gained prominence, enabling users to earn rewards by supplying liquidity to DeFi protocols. Now, all these advancements are powered by smart contracts, which are self-executing contracts with the agreement terms embedded directly into the code, ensuring transparency and mitigating fraud risks. So, after understanding all of these things, I think today we are going to dive deeper into the decentralized finance landscape and how Web3, the latest technology development, is transforming this space. So, let's welcome Shivam Thakral, CEO of BuyUcoin. Hi, Shivam, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Priya, for inviting me to this podcast.
Great. Thank you so much, Shivam, for being here. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. And of course, we are going to talk about a lot of on decentralized finance, Web3, crypto. But before that, we would like to know more about BuyUcoin. If you could, help us understand more about BuyUcoin, what exactly your company deals into, it would be great.
Sure. So BuyUcoin is one of the oldest crypto exchange. We started back in 2016 and officially registered in 2017. And from there, we have been the pioneers in the industry, helping onboard new users into the crypto ecosystem. We were the ones who started with the multi crypto exchange. Earlier, there was just Bitcoin exchanges over there in India. We introduced that particular feature in Indian market. Now the market has been evolved, but still we are one of the most relevant player in the market, and we are an FIU registered company. This is a registration given by Indian regulators to crypto exchanges in India. So that's what BuyUcoin is all about.
Great. Thank you for helping our listeners understand more about BuyUcoin. Having said that, we would also like to know more about you, Shivam. So, how has your journey been till date? Can you tell us more about yourself? And also, what probably triggered your interest at BuyUcoin?
Yeah, so I started BuyUcoin with my college friends. So in back in 2016, it was the college days only where we I got into Bitcoin and understood the technology and found that it is something which is unique. It's not something out there in the market, and the penetration at that particular time in the Indian market was too low. So we thought there is a huge gap which we can enter into and solve those and bridge that gap. So that's why we started BuyUcoin. And if we talk about journey, its journey is a bumpy ride, I would say. To be honest, there has been lots of ups and downs. Two cycles we have seen, bull and bear, and then again bull and bear we have saw, and a lot of regulatory hurdles, banking issues, RBI banking ban impacting crypto exchanges. So a lot of things we have seen. It's been a roller coaster ride for us. But now, as we speak, we the regulation have been lot of clarity in the regulations of how crypto is regulated in India, and and about crypto exchanges also, they have got a legal status in India. So we from where we started and from where we are now, it's been a very amazing ride, and we have seen all sort of how an industry develop in a country. We have been from the nascent stage, and now we are at a stage we are seeing a lot of bigger changes around the industry, and we are seeing that industry is becoming a regulated, well-known industry across India and across the globe.
Quite interesting, Shivam, and I think your journey has been pretty fantastic. And hopefully, in the coming years, as we'll see more growth and developments at BuyUcoin. Now let's get to our main topic agenda in our conversation. So I think we recently had a US presidential election, and it was one of the most closely watched political events globally, not just for Americans but also for investors worldwide, including India. Now, in recent years, the political climate in the US has increasingly influenced, global financial markets, and not to forget the Indian stock market as well. Now, with India being the fifth largest economy and a growing power in global trade and technology, so investors are paying close attention to the implications of this election. So, how do you see, or were the outcomes of the U.S. elections impact in the Indian economy and market trends?
So, thanks for asking that question, and that's a very interesting question, and especially for the crypto market. And we are seeing for the first time in the US history as well as from on the global history, where election, the main one of the main agenda for the election is crypto or Bitcoin. So. All India, Donald Trump, which was Republican candidate and now going to become president of United States. So he was one of the forefront where he was advocating for bringing positive regulation around crypto, and he was actively advocating for it, which uh, absolutely gave him added advantage because of the number of users, of number of people into the crypto industry. So that trend has been mesmerizing in terms of how a very small industry started back in 2009, and coming to 2024, uh, election agenda can be a crypto. So that was one of the I would say one of the most interesting thing in the US election. And since mm, the Republican candidate Donald Trump has got the majority, we are seeing a rapid surge in the Bitcoin price and the crypto price, and that has been a start of a bull market, what we call a bull market. And price has rose quite drastically from November 5th or 6th when the result came out, and today as we speak. And it's not just because he's pro crypto, but he also promised to make a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Like every country has a gold reserve or certain kind of reserves. So what Donald Trump has promised is to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is in itself a very huge thing. If that is something which is becoming uh, live, or which is becoming practical, then there is a huge supply shock which is coming to the Bitcoin market, especially where every country will be looking to acquire Bitcoin to have a strategic reserve and to front run US market. This is something which will be very crucial and very interesting to watch how the things play out. But definitely we are living in a time where everything is going crazy. Some things which we were just which we used to think about and in a hypothetical manner is coming in an absolute reality. So that's will be absolutely interesting to watch in the next year, in the upcoming year, when Donald Trump get into the office and how he acts upon what he promised during his election campaign. And if we talk about the Indian economy, impact on Indian economy, we are seeing huge number of FIIs leaving Indian market, mainly because they got a good option in the crypto market in US through ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs have been launched back in January, and BlackRock and other players have been launched their Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So institutional investors are seeing huge potential in the Bitcoin and crypto market, and they're moving their good chunk of money from India and to the US market to invest in ETFs. So where they're seeing huge potential and better returns as compared to the Indian markets, which what I think RBI, uh, Indian Reserve Bank, should look at it and see if they can take some positive steps in that manner.
Well, yes, I agree with you, Shivam, that the entire U.S. presidential election environment kind of played an important role in influencing the crypto market, as well as the entire global financial markets, and probably in the coming years, or once Trump takes over his office, I think we would definitely see more adoption and more like a clear pathway towards where we'll be seeing the crypto market. And of course, it will also kind of influence and impact the Indian stock market as well. Moving ahead, I think globally today, approximately 1.7 billion adults do not have access to a bank account. A decentralized finance has been an opportunity, we can say, for financial inclusion and the erasure of geographical barriers, with participation requiring only internet access and a crypto wallet. So it's clear that decentralized finance replaces conventional intermediaries and mechanisms with more automated processes, decreased cost, and services, and enabling more peer-to-peer transactions. So we want to understand what are the most significant milestones in the entire evolution of decentralized finance, and how have they shaped the entire financial ecosystem till date?
Thanks, Priya, for that question. So, you correctly mentioned about a lot of unbanked population across the globe, and if you see closely why it is the case is because the current banking ecosystem or the current institutions involved, they are not much they are not inclined towards onboarding, or they don't have any bigger incentives of in onboarding people who are unbanked, because they know that won't bring much value to them in terms of deposits and in terms of transactional costs, where they can earn from it. So they're not very much keen. So and they so this has been a major issue, why we are seeing a lot of unbanked population across the globe, which is the thing which crypto solves very easily, where you can just have a mobile app, internet access, and a crypto wallet, and you can use it as a bank account, a crypto bank account. And in crypto, if you think it, it's not just a speculative instrument. If you think there are instruments like stable coins, which there are USDT, USDC, which are USD backed stable coins. So people can literally store their money in stable coins, and can spend money without getting onboarded into banking infrastructure. They can simply use and pay for their groceries and other stuff, and they don't have to go to a bank for applying it. They can simply download, install, do a small KYC, and get with it. So things have been great for a lot of unbanked population, and crypto in itself provide a lot of decentralization, transparency in itself, which international banks are unable to provide to the users, as well as the cost is cheap, access is easy, and overall anyone can join the crypto ecosystem. There is no hurdle or barrier to entry as compared to a banking ecosystem. If you today go and open a bank account in any bank, even in India, you have to have someone else, your relative, your friend's bank account in the same bank account. If you're going for a major bank like HDFC, or I would not name that, but any major bank, all the top private bank or public bank, you need to have someone from your family or someone from your friends to have a bank account there. So they only open bank account with the reference, which is absurd if you think from a macro perspective. If I'm new to a city, I don't have anyone's having bank account in a specific bank, and I cannot open a bank account. So that's a very scary situation, and I have no option to use it. Although this is mostly for people who are living in remote areas, but for urban population, it's not an issue. But as today we are speaking about unbanked population, so yeah, that's crypto is something
Yeah.
which solves this thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you definitely highlighted some important points in terms of the um, evolution of crypto, and of course, the Bitcoin's inception, how different things have plays, and how the decentralized finance technology is trying to solve the problem of an access to a bank account, and specifically if we concentrate on the Indian market, I think that was very much needed. And you mentioned we were talking about the crypto market, so I think the crypto market has experienced dramatic bull and bear cycles since Bitcoin's inception in 2009. But the magnitude of these crypto economic cycles has intensified as blockchain markets have matured over the last probably like five years, I believe. But historical crypto market analysis show Bitcoin traded under $1,000 for most of its early existence. The first major Bitcoin bull market kicked off early 2017 as cryptocurrency started gaining more mainstream traction and sparked a retail investment mania. And then, of course, in 2020, when the pandemic hit, we saw more adoption of cryptocurrency because that's when probably people realized sitting at their homes that okay, crypto is something great as an option in terms of investment. So, how has the bear and bull market in crypto influenced investor interest in Web3 projects?
So I think crypto market is there not just from 2017, but way back from 2012, 13 also. And when you say it has been under $1,000 for a longer period of time, we have to see where it start from zero. It start from zero in 2009, and then it has been rising in a 4 year cycle ever. So in 2013, in that bull cycle it rose up to $1,300. So that was itself a very significant amount. When you compare it, it was literally $10-15 at certain time. So it's more around 100 times than what it was. So that was a huge magnitude, 100x any asset class. Then it follows by a bear market where it drops down by 80%, and again in 2017 it rose back to $20,000, again followed by a bear market where it went back to $3,200, then again bull market and bear market. So it has been moving in a 4 year bull and bear cycles. And it is this bull market and bear market, why it is happening in a 4 year cycle is because of two reasons. One is the halving event, which happens every 4 year cycle, where supply or where the mining, which Bitcoin mining is done, and the reward which is there, it get halved after every 4 year. So that is one of the major trigger why this cycle happen every 4 year. And another major factor is the global money supply, which is also a crucial factor in defining these cycles. And these cycles are there everywhere, even in the stock market, commodity markets. So overall, in crypto or Bitcoin market, these two factors are a majority factor why these bull and bear cycles happen in every 4 years. But if we talk about the investor interest in the bear market, it to be honest, it's really get down. When the market is bullish, people are more interested in transacting and doing using Web3 products, DeFi products. And when the market is bearish or sluggish, if you say, then people's interest, investor interest, trader interest, everything goes down. And it is a phenomenon not just limited to crypto market, but overall into any financial market you see. It's a generic concept. So in a bull market, everyone will jump into bandwagon. In a bear market, even the best of best project will not get that much traction, which they can easily get in a bull market.
Well, yes, I think that definitely makes sense, and thank you for giving an insightful highlight on how the crypto the bull market can impact these Web3 projects that we are seeing lately. And I think the growth of Web3 industry is quite significant in the latest years. But I would like to kind of like shift gears and discuss about the other side of um, the blockchain, or the Web3 community. I really want to focus on the security and the compliance side. So I think the recent crackdowns and more enforcement actions by the US Securities and Exchange Commission are reshaping the landscape of cryptocurrency market. In 2023 alone, that's last year, the SEC initiated 26 enforcement actions in the cryptocurrency space, and it kind of reflects a significant escalation in the regulatory activities. Being proactive in relevance to regulation is crucial for Web3 builders to shape the future of the crypto space, I believe, because regulations aim to enable innovation, but they kind of simultaneously address investor protection concerns as well. However, compliance efforts must not overshadow Web3's core principles of decentralization and privacy. So I think this is it's a very a tricky phenomena that we are dealing right now in terms of the Web3 space and the regulatory space. So, how do you think that the Web3 community can balance innovation and compliance in an evolving regulatory environment?
I think it's a very complicated topic if you see, because if you see from the US perspective, they are very much onto it. They are aggressive in regulating things and banning things, or not banning, or regulating or changing regulation to make investor protected. So they have that the lawsuits you were mentioning, which they filed last year. Some of them were genuine, some of them were politically motivated also, but we will see many of them will be dropped once Trump get into office. But definitely there would be certain Web3 projects which are violating certain securities laws, which will have to be deal upon by the SEC and that Web3 projects. But obviously, from the Indian perspective, if you talk about, or from any other country perspective, any Web3 project founders or the team or the community have to have certain basic compliances, where they should bet that what they are doing, and if they do the same thing in a normal ecosystem, web 2 ecosystem, not web 3, how they how regulations would be around it, or how they were following it. They should not simply see as a web 3 space as a like a Mars. It is earth only. You have to respect the regulations. You can bend it little bit based on your innovation, but you should not break it. If you think that it's breaking certain laws, you should get an opinion to safeguard yourself. Because see, ultimately there are two things a web3 project is doing. Either they want to come here for a longer period of time, build something which creates a value over a longer period of time, or just they are here for some quick bucks. So ultimately you have to see what you are coming into for the web3. Are you coming to change something bigger for a greater good? Then at least try to follow regulations. And once you follow regulation, tomorrow regulators can come to you, but they will not ban you. If you are not following regulation, tomorrow there is more than 100% chance you will be getting penalized. And in India, we have regulations for crypto exchanges and crypto, but for Web3 projects, there are very less regulations. So India is a tricky market for Web3 projects. So we're seeing very less Web3 projects registering in India due to that reason.
Well, I think it's really important to understand how these regulations are shaping the growth of Web3 projects. And like you said, that it's kind of scaling down the growth of Web3 projects. But I think in the coming years, I think the innovators as well as the regulators will probably come to a common ground and ensure that we are boosting the technological advancement, but again, drawing the line in terms of how we can ensure more privacy and data security as well. So, well, this is one of the challenge that you mentioned. I think besides that, decentralized faces many challenges. You know, we have fraud, money laundering, and even lack of protection for consumers. In 2021, I think more than $10 billion were lost to DeFi scams. So tax payment is problematic as reporting the transaction is difficult, and with DeFi being built on permissionless and unknown blockchain. So I think DeFi systems need to be regulated in a way that preserves blockchain architecture, but also ensures accountability and regulatory compliances, like we mentioned for the Web3 projects. So, what are some of the potential risks that you think are currently there or probably might turn up in the coming years? And how do you think we can mitigate that in the decentralized finance landscape?
What all you mentioned is absolutely correct. There are absolutely risk of money laundering and scams happening with investor rug pulls happening. See, every market has bad actors. It's not just limited to crypto market. Even finance market has bad actors. So it's a job for regulators to be proactive in terms of what DeFi is all about. If we think DeFi as a static technology, we are going all wrong. DeFi and Web3 is ever evolving. Every month we see a new trend, a new kind of project which is coming, which is totally different from what we have seen till now. So from a regulator perspective, if they are moving slow, uh, and let's say we start with the month one, and month two we have a different project, and still after third month we are trying to make a regulation for month one. It's getting, it would not solve the problem. It's a ever evolving space. So regulators needs to be working very closely if they really want to safeguard investors from any bad actors, because innovation is happening at a very rapid phase. And I don't think any regulator in any jurisdiction in the globe is moving at the speed of how regulation is shaping in the DeFi, sorry, how the innovation is taking place in the DeFi space. So definitely, there is money laundering challenges, but there EU has come up with travel rule and certain other regulations. But it's more about investor education also, because even if whatsoever regulations have been there or protection measure which are brought in by the regulators, but if investor does not know about it or does not know what is right or what is wrong, they will again fall into the trap of any bad actors. It's a job of regulators, as well as, I would not say just regulator, but more of a industry as a whole. The bigger players needs to form organization educating investors how they can safeguard from such things. So it should be a combined effort. They should contribute certain funds to that, and that's how they can shape the regulations also. So it should go hand in hand, because it's a very fast pace innovating industry. So you regulators or industry body cannot just expect the other party to do it alone. So they have to join the hands and work very closely and aggressively. The aggressive word is very important here because of the innovation pace.
Right, I think you quite explicitly mentioned and kind of helped our listeners understand what are some of the risks, and of course, what are certain ways that we can mitigate them. And of course, it's really important that the entire community, and it's not like an overnight journey. We need the government, we need Web3 community, and we need other developers and investors to come together and kind of solve or overcome these challenges or mitigate these risks and ensure that we are giving more boost to Web3 and decentralized finance projects. So I think proactive engagement, more innovative solutions, and advocacy for regulatory clarity are very essential to sustain Web3's innovation while also meeting the other compliance requirements. And by striking this balance, I think Web3 can continue to evolve as a more transformative force in the digital realm. So, one last question for you, Shivam. How do you see the integration of other technologies, probably artificial intelligence or machine learning, and decentralized finance, shaping the future of financial services?
AI has been also growing at a very rapid pace. We have seen the rise of things like Chat, GPT, OpenAI, and all these things. But where I see certain synergy is because AI is a very powerful technology. It can build things, it can destroy things as well. It can work in both positive and a negative manner. So I would say blockchain or crypto ecosystem, how can they work together is in terms of bringing check and balances in each other industry. So if we talk about keeping a check and balance, we can use blockchain where things can be stored permanently without, no one can change it, no one can alter it. So anything which is done wrong by AI can be stored and can be checked, and balances can be maintained, that AI is not used for any wrong purpose. On the other hand, let's say in the finance industry or in the crypto industry, AI use can be to mitigate the potential scams which is there, and which many companies are already using AI to stop potential scam for the investors, because AI can be trained and AI can point out which is the right thing or which is the wrong thing. So these basic things can be done, all since this is just a macro perspective, but deeper down there can be multiple kind of collaboration among these two technologies. Both these technologies are very interesting in themselves, but they can complement each other with their expertise. And people are doing currently also, they are using uh, these technologies in other domains, so they are complementing each other in a very deeper terms, I would say, in the coming few years.
Well, yes, I completely agree with you. And yes, in the coming years, we can see more integration of these technologies like artificial intelligence, and we'll see more innovative applications and solutions coming up in the market, and kind of that will help in navigating the Web3's a tricky market landscape that we just discussed. So I think as Web3 and decentralized applications, continue to mature, we can expect a future where decentralized technologies are seamlessly integrated into our daily lives, not just the financial services, but even healthcare, entertainment, supply chain, and beyond. Decentralized applications will reshape industries, improve efficiencies, and even empower individuals. So it is an exciting time to be part of this transformative journey as we witness the evolution of Web3 and the continued growth of decentralized application. Well, thank you so much, Shivam. It was a pleasure having you with us today, and thank you for highlighting the significance of Web3 and cryptocurrency. And it's definitely been an insightful conversation. And thank you for shedding more light on the decentralized finance landscape and how the future of Web3 can be.
Thanks, Priya, for asking such good questions, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shivam. So, this is for our listeners. Stay tuned for our upcoming podcast. You can view all our previous podcasts on Spotify and other leading platforms. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into technology and innovation. Until next time, keep learning and evolving. Thank you so much.